was putting on 4-ounce gloves like 2-3 days ago. The worst idea.
What's good, Blood Boys? We're here with Miguel, Güero, but tonight we have a really special episode. We're here at MFL headquarters. Mac, Joe, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. And let me say it, we're astonished about what you guys are building here. It's incredible, and the fights, and tomorrow fights are gonna be amazing.
From start to finish. No, we had an idea of what the headquarters would look like, but this is just amazing.
It's
amazing
mind-blowing.
the project that you have
It's
right here with you.
Well,
it's
guys,
amazing.
there's a lot of plastic tables. You can't see them. It's a work in progress.
You won.
Yeah, you know.
A lot of work
It looks
left.
good here, back there, a little messy.
Yeah,
No,
no, but it's amazing. It's a huge project. We can see the vision that you have with the league, with the fighters. It's amazing. So congrats, and we're so happy to have you here.
Yep.
It's a podcast that we have tried to have for many days, weeks. So thank you for your time.
Yep.
And we'd love to start. You've talked about how MFL started, but I'd like to go a bit farther back.
Yeah.
We have a saying here at Blood Boys that it's the warrior soul.
Yeah.
That spirit that we all know, no? We fighters, we fight fans, we have that warrior soul. I would like to know, when did you first find your soul, your
Fighting soul.
your fighting spirit?
I'll let Joe kick it off. I gotta think about mine.
Oh man, it's probably about 9 years ago. I had no martial arts experience other than like a year of Taekwondo when I was like 4 years old. And I was at a bar and someone was picking on one of my friends, and I saw it from across the way, and I ran over and I walked up. And I'm seeing it happen, like push each other. I got in between, I go, oh, I'll fucking knock you out. And then boom, I got sucker punched across the face. Unconscious, immediately dropped to the floor, had glasses on, the glasses go flying. And I'm on the floor like, what the fuck is going on right now? My buddy pulls me out, long story short, leave the club. The next day I go, I can't let that ever happen to me again. I gotta learn something. So I started boxing, and I did boxing for about 9 months. Was terrible at it, kept getting knocked in the head, and thought, well, I'm never gonna be a pro. I should probably stop doing this because my brain is arguably the most important asset that I have. I'm getting wrecked. Like this is not good. And started like Googling stuff. I saw jujitsu. It's like, all right, well, this is interesting. It looks a little questionable, but I'll give it a shot. And
At least there's no punches.
yeah, there's no punches, right?
No punches.
I can't get knocked out. Like, whatever. And showed up. I remember I walked into this gym in Revere, Massachusetts. Way of Warrior or something.
The gym is
The gym, yeah, funny enough. And I thought it was tough shit. I had my boxing hoodie on. Man, dude, I got ragdolled for like an hour, dude. I remember getting baseball bat choked by this like scrawny 125-pound purple belt.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck is this happening to me? Like, I know nothing. So I got to figure this out. And I got hooked. Started training. I was doing 2-3 times a day at most, my white belt days. And stuck with it. And now 8 years later, we're here in MFL HQ, paying tribute to all the martial artists and creators before us.
Well, mine's a little different. So if you guys don't know, or just more of a backstory, I played baseball for a long time, which it's interesting. There's a lot of parallels like in the ecosystem, but I think a lot of my warrior spirit came from being like a very undersized adolescent. I hit puberty very late, and always kind of being like the smaller guy on the team, you kind of slowly like, okay, just make it by, just get selected for the all-star team. Like maybe not be the best player, but just always try to be scrappy enough. And I think naturally kind of when me and Joe connected, as we get to that, you start to really start seeing, okay, if I can get by with the infrastructure that I had, like Little League, travel baseball, I played college and a few years professionally, like this sport is about scrap too. Like how can we find ways to give people a better platform, and like always betting on the underdogs. Shout out Underdogs Gym in Monterey. But I think this sport is so amazing, and I got hooked on it as a fan, and obviously now with the MFL, because it always gives a shot to the underdog. And I think a lot of other sports, it bothers me, especially team sports aren't like that. There's like a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of politics, but this sport, once you get in the ring, it's you versus another guy.
Yeah,
and I became a massive fan of that. So that's kind of like my warrior story, just being undersized, playing baseball for a long time. And now Joe's dragged me into to jiu-jitsu, which is it's amazing. I always say it's like human chess. It's like there's so many things to do. You're like overwhelmed. So then as like a newbie, you just do nothing.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck do I do?
Play with me.
Yeah, play with me. Just don't get subbed.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been a great experience since we've started the MFL basically a year ago.
A year ago,
Yeah.
a bit more than a year
That's
ago.
an amazing story.
Yeah.
And as you say, with the underdogs, that's something we've talked about many times during this podcast, is that this is the sport that mathematically the underdog hits the most.
Yeah.
Well, it's the
The
third
parlays
sport.
once again.
I don't bet.
But it's the third sport that the underdog hits most.
What's the most?
hockey and hockey and NBA.
NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Gotta start
Yeah.
looking at those
I mean,
highlights.
we could just go look at the White House card. I mean, you go look at the line on that.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Anything can
What a
happen.
fight.
Yeah.
Cyril Gann as well.
Cyril again, yeah.
Cyril
Ah, we all knew that.
Chimaev and Strickland.
You
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
To be honest, I was cheering a little bit more.
Really?
I thought Pereira had it.
Really?
I think he overthinked about going to heavyweight.
Yeah.
That he was
For me,
heavyweight.
no.
I
I
knew
thought
Gann
the
was really-
opposite. I thought that Gan was
Let me
more
tell
of
you why,
a.
because
Let me hear it.
when it's your first time
Yeah.
in heavyweight and you're like
Yeah.
too heavy,
Yeah.
it's your first time heavy, you don't even know how to fight in that weight
No,
class
exactly.
ever. So I think Pereira come too heavy.
Yeah.
uh,
And your
to
body
fight.
moves differently.
And
That's
super
I
fast.
notice it
Everything
now.
is
I've
different.
lost weight. I'm moving differently than I was. You know.
So
Yeah.
to be honest, I expect that,
Yeah.
that result, but it's
Crazy,
really
man.
And also, like for example, you from
Yeah.
Pacific Coast.
Yeah.
You from East Coast.
Yeah.
How did you guys get to connect or get
Yeah.
to meet each other?
So there's the real story, and then there's the PG story, and then there's like something in between.
No, but we
We'll
wanna-
give you something in
we
between.
wanna hear the PG
We'll give-
story.
we'll
We wanna
give you
hear the
some-
PG
We'll give you
story.
something in between.
Yeah.
okay.
I always say, like, I'll let Joe kind of kick off his story in Mexico, but gringos naturally connect in Mexico City.
Ah, okay, okay,
Your
yeah,
wife
yeah.
is Mexican.
My wife's from Monterrey, Mexico, and
Yeah,
I'll talk to mine. But Joe, do you want to kick off while you came down?
Yeah, so I moved down here about a little over 6 years ago. I was living in San Francisco before, working at a tech company, and COVID was in full force. It was like August 2020, I think I got here. Came to Tulum. On Instagram, it looked like the place to be. It was like heaven on earth compared to.
There was no COVID.
There's no COVID, dude. It was
Tulum,
great.
yeah.
I mean, no one even knew what a COVID mask was. We were just walking around. I was like, cool. Like, this is sweet. I came down. I remember I booked an Airbnb for 2 weeks, and I was dating a girl at the time. I called her my second day. I was in my nice rooftop pool. It was like $5, and I was like, "Hey, Grace, like, I'm not coming back for 6 months. I'm gonna stick.
I'm
around
staying."
here. Like, If you want this to work, like, you can come to Tulum. Otherwise, we're calling it quits. She's like, "You're out of your fucking mind, you crazy son of a bitch." I'm like, "All right, cool. See ya." Boom.
See you in 6 months.
See you in 6 months. And and just ended up
that's
staying
what I want
here.
to hear. What happened after those 6 months?
Yeah, I ended up coming to Mexico City, and I thought I'd fallen in love with Tulum. I really fell head over heels in love with Mexico City. I remember walking down Avenida Reforma, and I'm a gringo, right? I know nothing.
Yeah.
I've never been to Mexico. Barely speak any Spanish other than que haces, and I'm seeing these like massive skyscrapers, people moving around. I'm like, there's energy here.
Yeah.
There's an ecosystem. There's a good economy. And I started to think, well, okay, like all these startups in the US, like they're raising a ton of money. Like maybe they're doing it in LATAM too. So I started to investigate. Saw there's a lot of venture capital flooding into Latin America during that time. And specifically in fintech, I decided to start a company in the lending space. Did that for 4 years, ended up moving here full time and never left.
And you started this whole project.
Yeah.
Here in Mexico.
Yeah.
From Tulum.
Yeah, from
From-
Tulum, Mexico.
From that $5 pool.
Yes.
Never at the headquarters.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I ended up in Mexico City building a lending company called Arenda. I sold it back in November of 2024. Transitioned into like a family office, doing private credit for a year, left, vested, and here we are now.
And
Yeah.
this was your calling.
Wow.
I heard, tell me if I'm wrong, you invited Mac to an MMA event. I even wrote it down because you were bored.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got back from Argentina, and Mac had shot me a text like a year ago or two on Twitter. He's like, "Hey, like you're also in tech." So Mac was doing Latin VC down here.
Oh,
He's like, "Yeah, like we should link up." And I was living over in Santa Fe at the time, and my filter to tell if someone was actually like, if someone was bullshitting me or like was actually real was like, tell them to meet me in Bosques.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, yeah, sure, we can meet.
We went to-
Max and Condesa, I'm over at the fucking another world.
Yeah.
He drives up to Bosques, we have a coffee.
We
I'm
have a
like,
coffee. It was our first lunch.
It's
It
pretty
was
cool.
good. Chill,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
And
stayed
then,
in touch.
That's where the magic started.
Yeah, then we kept in touch a little bit, and here and there, like ran in maybe a couple networking events. And
Yep.
then all of a sudden, he was like, "Hey, Mac, are you free? Like, who wants to go watch MMA fights?" And then we went to this event.
Yeah.
That's how we started this train.
No fucking
Yeah.
way.
And here we are.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah.
But
And it's
yeah.
super interesting, Mac,
Yeah.
that you, as a former professional
Yeah.
baseball player, you've said that this whole thing is about the desire of creating better opportunities for professional and amateur fighters.
Yeah.
My question here is, can you see yourself in those fighters? Do you have
Yeah.
a sense of what they have to go through?
I mean, I always say relative, like I'm not Mexican, I'm not from here, but I always said like I think a lot of things that we try to think about, I always try to put myself back in the shoes of a fighter or an amateur athlete or professional athlete
Yeah.
and say, okay, what did I remember most about my experience playing, right? A lot of it was like a lot of laughs, traffic, like with your parents, good food, like after like an In-N-Out burger or like whatever, McDonald's, but also I joke, it's all about the gear, the uniforms.
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
collecting, like I have boxes of all these teams I played on, and like I still look at them like, and it, for me, I always said it's like the quality of what you give to the fighters, the production you guys will see tomorrow, we really care about, and like the equipment, which YoCal provides with us, our official technical sponsor, it matters a lot because yeah, like are all fighters that are amateurs or pro going to make a living forever being fighters? Probably not. But those are some of the best memories you have as an adolescent. Those are the memories you have with your parents and primos and primas as they come watch you. Those are when you have your brother there, who's in your corner. Like I have so many friends that still love baseball today that never played professional. They probably love it more than I do.
Yeah.
Just because, and they bring up these like random one-off conversations at a hotel, like in Fiesta Inn across the street. So we're always trying to figure out, like within reason, obviously we're just starting, like how can we cultivate a really good like environment, where people feel valued, and obviously it's a tough business in a lot of ways, which we'll get into. But I mean, it's pretty simple thesis, and Joe explains it a lot better than me. But I mean, you can debatably say this country has some of the best combat sports athletes in the world. And we literally said, why isn't there a league for this country that's big that one day can fill out arenas? Yeah, it's crazy. But like, this is some of the best fighters in the world here. Like, let's build something that's for this country. Obviously, we're two gringos, it's like funny, but like, let's bring the best environment here because it deserves it, So I think that's like, it's like, let's call it the MFL. So we did a search and it popped up, and now we're here.
Yeah.
But Joe should explain kind of a more formal way.
No, and it's such an interesting story how the project started, how you guys get to know each other, how you guys ended up here in Mexico. And
well, mine's for love.
No, but also
Joe's was
both of you guys are
Who's in love at first?
but both of you guys fell in love with the city, right?
Yeah.
And with Mexico as a country. And this is a kind of a serious question.
Yeah.
Who has the better Spanish between you
Joe,
two?
for sure.
Oh, Joe?
Joe Spanish.
El tío José.
El tío José.
El Don
But
José.
I love that detail on your shirt. It says José.
Don José.
Don José.
Estoy intentando mi mejor para asimilarme
Don
a México.
José. Es Don José.
Yeah.
Mamalón.
Yeah, tell me.
Mamalón.
It's interesting, and I love it about that opportunities that you talk about with the fighters. We even talked it.
Yeah.
We just trained jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Joe is a beast at jiu-jitsu.
No, this guy's good, man. Don't let him say differently. He's good. Fast.
Yeah.
So
I try
fast.
to be. But we trained and we were talking, and I said it's not only about the payment or the fights. It's about the development of the athletes, and you're creating this. You're creating an environment that you can help fighters to develop. That's you love Mexico, and that's a way. To help it
And to give back.
and to give back. to
You're
Mexico.
giving back
this
a lot
This
to
has a lot of
Mexico.
impact on
In the young
Young people, for sure. No, and I always like, coming here, and I think Joe has a good perspective as well. Like coming here, it's so hard to like unsee kind of how we grew up coming from the U.S. It's just different, so many, and you're not going to change certain things. But what I do know is, like, if you give a little bit, it goes a long way, right here. Like, it doesn't take as much to get a big impact. And like getting someone inspired to be like, hey, if I can't make it to the UFC or I can't make it to Octagon or I can't, well, what do I do with these skills as a fighter and how can I make a living? So our goal is to like say, let's create like this an ecosystem where you can be an amateur and then like you can go pro here. And if you are good enough, great. You go to the UFC like the best fighters from Mexico do.
Yeah.
But if not, it's okay. Like it's amazing. You could still be like proud of being
You can enjoy it.
a fighter in Mexico that's not fighting in the Meta Apex Center in Vegas. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just like other sports like soccer. Like if you don't play for Real Madrid or Barcelona,
Yeah, I
you're
agree.
still revered here.
Agree.
You know?
You can still make a living.
You can still make a living and like people
Exactly,
think
yeah.
you're cool. You're not just like
And also, all these
you
guys
suck.
in Mexico and in all Latin America need people like you,
Yeah.
too, because they need opportunities to show their talent. So
Yeah.
it's a very
and their desire here
And
is
you care about
crazy.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
For sure, yeah. We
Dude,
treat 'em well.
Joe, I mean, think about the gyms we've been to. Like, it's crazy the desire.
It's crazy. I
Dude.
mean, they come from, I shouldn't say they come from, a lot of fighters come from very difficult conditions. They don't have good access to training equipment, quality education, things that are natural in fighter development. And one of our thoughts was not only do we want to create an aspirational platform as a promotion, but we want to at least give them the tools that they can take advantage of to develop themselves. We don't get involved in management.
Yeah.
We don't get involved in managing these careers or anything, but just like simply having a clean training space.
Yeah. For a coach and a
Some
player to come
good
in.
bags.
Yeah.
They can
You
bring
know?
their coach in. They can come out if they're part of the league. If they're signed on the roster, they're welcome here whenever. It's their home away from home. When they're in Mexico City, if they're out of town, they're always
Yeah.
welcome here. And it's something we saw as like super basic. Like, give them the tools they need to develop and be the best they can, and then capture that talent
Yeah.
on the MFL platform as a promoter
Yeah.
and crush viewership.
Yeah,
That's really
and
what
we
it's
can
about.
even see that. We can even see that on the passion and the importance that you give to shirts that we've been talking all day long about shirts
gear.
and shorts
Yeah.
And one thing is passion, but the other one is facts. And for example, you guys have 1 year in the market, in the industry,
Yeah.
and how you guys have impacted the whole MMA industry, not only in Mexico, but in Latin America, and I would say
you've changed it.
in the whole
Dude,
world.
I don't hear anything about this, though. please share.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Well, let
For
me.
the people who know,
Well, let's just talk about facts.
Yeah.
You just guys have a year in the business, and you guys were able to bring John Jones, the greatest of all time, doing this sport.
Yeah.
And you guys were able to bring him, not only him, but also his alumni, Gable Stevenson.
yeah.
Oh,
who-
Gable, you're the man.
Yeah.
Gable.
Joe Mack, for example, I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Please tell us for the people how you get close the deal with John Jones and Gable
dude.
Stevenson, because you have the best fighter in the world, the best MMA fighter in history, probably.
Yeah.
Tell us how you get that deal.
And a huge prospect now in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean,
A gold medalist in wrestling.
for
Yeah.
sure.
with less than
Stellar
a year,
athlete.
with less than a year in the
Yeah.
market.
Third show.
He's for sure.
Third show.
He's
third
definitely
show.
gonna be a champion.
People don't even
No.
dimension how hard it is.
You know, we heard about like some rumblings. You know, Mac had met his manager through a friend, like maybe 6 months before. We were just kicking off the league, and he was like, he entertained a call. He's like, yeah, let's stay in touch. And me and Matt were like, oh, dude, what if Gable can come down? And
Yeah, we just threw it out there.
like one day at the end of January.
Well, we developed a relationship, you know.
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
we
And
did a lot.
Abe
did a lot
is,
of that.
you know, has Dirty Boxing, a promotion. We went to there,
Yeah.
and then it just honestly, it was pure chance.
Out of thin air, we get a message in our little group chat. Any interest in Gable?
Yeah, he said, "Do you guys have a show in February?" Well, not right now, but
Now
we
we
could.
do.
Now we do. I said,
It depends.
Joe, well, we got a show. He
We
said,
got a show. We had maybe 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
To organize everything.
To
To
go
organize the
from
show.
no plans.
No cartelera.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No cartelera, no venue, no production, nothing.
No
nothing,
uniforms.
nothing.
Nothing.
And we're on the phone with this manager, and we're like, okay, give us 2 days.
Give us 2 days.
We'll call back and he's like, all right.
Yeah.
We get on
He
the
goes,
phone.
He's very chill. He knows how this business. He's been doing this 20
Yeah.
years. He goes, yeah, give me 48 hours.
We get on the
Yeah.
phone, and we had like talked to Show Center in Monterey before about maybe doing an event. I call her, I'm like, hey, what do you have on a Saturday in February within the next month? She goes, nothing. But I've got a Thursday.
No, I said, what up Friday? I'm like, Joe, I'll do Friday.
Same,
Nothing.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit.
So she's like, I got a Thursday on the
I'm like-
14th. You guys want it, it's yours. Here's the deal. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
What are you
Joe,
doing,
is this a good idea? I'm like, fuck it, let's do it.
let's go.
Shit,
here
man.
already.
Yeah, we already. I mean, if this is gonna stop it, like, let's do it.
We're going. And called the manager back 40 minutes later.
we had a
You go.
opponent.
And you had it.
You go, hey, you ready? He goes,
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, he goes, here's the like he's the best. I mean, he basically said, all right, get the fights for this. John will come down. I'll confirm in a couple weeks because John's his coach, but he's busy.
Yeah.
Set up some stuff for him to have a good time, make a little money too, and it was pretty straightforward. As you guys know, like when you meet someone who can do some business and be very straight up, it's a lot easier relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Way easier.
In this ecosystem, you meet a lot of people that are not as straight up. So like Abe is, shout out to him. He's one of the best people. One of the best people we've met. He's been super transparent. He's still helping us today with lots of stuff. We always ask him for recommendations, questions on things, but he's just straight up person. He says, "Hey, can't do this. I can do this."
Yeah.
And John did the seminar or like a little meet and greet. It was very fortunate. We could do a whole episode on the production challenges.
Yeah. Tough show.
It was a tough show.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he was there.
Yeah. And how do you process all of that? There's two sides of the coin. You have the business side,
Yeah.
the businessman
Yeah.
that you gotta be
Yeah.
strategic.
Yeah,
you
of
gotta
course.
think pretty
Yeah.
good what you're doing, but you have the fight fan in you.
Yeah.
How do you process all of that, and how do you balance
Well, we
1 year?
Yeah,
those
1 year.
sides.
I think after MFL
Life
2,
events.
it became a lot more clear, a lot differently how we view the business. At MFL 1, you're clueless. MFL 2, you're like, okay, I've learned a little bit more. MFL 3, a little bit more. Now I feel like we're not experts, but we know what not to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
But after MFL 2, we realized like a lot of this business is spontaneous and taking advantage of moments and like creating a storyline.
That's super true.
And then like, how do we build our roster, which we can get to. And if we don't make the show with Gable in February, that ship is gone, as you guys saw. Like he's went to the UFC. So what we realized is a lot of this business is being ready for the moment and then taking calculated risks. And I think that was Joe's biggest point. Like, Mac, it ain't a Saturday, it ain't a Friday, but fuck it. If it's a Thursday and we just don't lose all of our clothes and we have some money come back to us, it's worth the brand long term.
Yeah.
And ended up being better than that for sure. And it builds the momentum. It was gonna be our first show in Monterey. I think I would never have done that first show with Gable in Mexico City. Logistics is way different here. But Monterey, super northern. I have a good network there. My wife's family's there and her father. And it was very easy to like call some shit done, you know?
Yeah.
But here it's an Angola. Like you got it's hard.
La jungla.
These places,
Here it's la
this is not for the faint of heart. It's tough here, man.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
And we didn't have Corey. So imagine no Corey, you're
Yeah.
calling, like trying to get people to stay in hotels.
Yeah, you gotta
dude,
multitask.
bro. It's,
Yeah,
it's so hard with the venues here. It's so difficult to find a venue, and
Not anymore.
yeah, not anymore.
Not
Not
anymore.
here.
Yeah.
Bienvenidos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the way we look at it, like we know from the business side, it's gonna take a long time to build something big, and you're gonna suffer for years.
Which is how much you guys
You're not. Like, I think a lot of people see shiny stuff. They're like, "Oh, this is a crazy promotion. These guys must be making a ton of money." It's the exact opposite. Like we are slaving away to just keep our shirts on.
Just to like
And-
try to break even.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
Yeah. So the thought was like, okay, like with Gable, okay, this is a potential thing. What's the reward? What's the risk? And in this case, the reward greatly outweighed the risk. We said, fuck it, let's go.
and if we price the tickets right in San Pedro, anybody who's an MMA fan, we throw John and it should sell. And I think we ended up having like close to 1,500 people on a Thursday. So no marketing budget, nothing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Who's even the
No,
NFL?
it was a complete success.
Yeah, it was great. So
It was a complete
Well,
success.
the production
production.
made us really value good production. And
Yeah.
we're super thankful to now be working with a great team here in Corey Studios. Great design.
Yeah.
Same guys who are doing Kanye West.
Yeah.
It's really a breath of fresh air to have great people. Octavio included.
Kaki.
Kaki.
Un abrazo al Kaki.
He's not here because he's working.
Shout out Kaki.
He's always grinding.
We're not
Always
working.
grinding.
We brought on some ex-Kings League people to come in and help with production and lead streaming. Like, we've had so many issues specifically within broadcasting and production. The climax of it being in Monterey with no lights, basically.
Yeah.
I think we had 6 lights that worked.
And
It was a
and it's
disaster,
super
you
hard
know?
too. And I think Joe would agree. It's like we come from like the world of like, I mean, Joe was at a startup, had a startup, and then sold it. I was working at a startup in San Francisco, then worked for a venture investor. He's actually coming to the show tomorrow. A good kind of mentor of mine. But like, you only know what you know so much. And like, we didn't know shit about production. I can tell you what looks good by watching shows, but I don't know how to make it that way. But the problem is, you almost have to do it really bad to know what's bad, and then you take it for granted what's good. Like a good production, you almost don't even notice because it's just super smooth.
Uh-huh.
I always
Yeah,
joke, you
yeah.
watch the UFC, there's never an issue.
You don't think
It's
about
perfect.
it.
You don't
Yeah,
think
you
about
don't
it.
think about it,
When
yeah.
you think about it, that means it's shitty. So
Yeah.
like we realized like, oh my God, like that looks bad. Why is the font bad? And then you realize like, oh, we need to focus on that, but I don't know how to do that. So then we find the right people, and it's been a work in progress.
Yeah.
Our last show was better than the third show. This show tomorrow, I won't say it's gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be fucking elite. Like we've looked over all these graphics,
Yeah.
like we're super on it because the stream matters just as much as the in venue. And I think that's something that Joe and I really focus on, and Joe can share his kind of like thoughts on the digital side. But it's one thing to get fans here and then have them come back. Like for us, like fan experience, which we have a bunch of things going on. It's another thing to get fans to watch it and go, oh my God, I want to go now. And it's easier that way, especially if you're in Mexico. You're like, oh, I should go to the next MFL show in Monterrey or Saltillo.
Yeah,
You never know, right? But like, we're always trying to like say, like, how do you make the fan experience good in person but digital? Like, if you watch some dog shit and the camera's moving, turn this thing off and go watch Netflix.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a learning curve.
Oh,
It's a learning curve.
big curve.
But something that you mentioned, and I'm really surprised and astonished, is that you guys have a year or less in the market, and you have a strong presence in 2 cities, and and 2 of the most important cities in Mexico, and also important for mixed martial arts,
Mixed martial
which
arts.
are Monterrey and Querétaro. I was gonna say.
And No, boy.
You should definitely go.
Here comes the pitch.
And Ciudad de Mexico,
Yeah,
you
Ciudad
know,
de-
like
yeah.
they're 2 of the biggest cities, and also 2 of the most strongest on MMA.
Yeah.
Fighting capitals of Mexico.
For sure.
Yeah.
The most
No,
important.
these are the hearts, you know, and obviously Entrom in Tijuana is a very known gym.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
Yeah,
But I think you're spot on. Like you have to build a fan base, and Joe says it best. It takes time. This
Yeah,
is
for
not
sure.
his famous line. It's not like tech where you can just like increase return on ad spend. Here you go. People download the software.
Yeah, that's what always drove me crazy. There's no playbook for this.
No.
Excuse me. There's no YouTube videos on how to grow an MMA promotion. There is nothing. It is a black hole.
Not a single book.
Not a single book with maybe 100 guys doing like professional level production in North America, if not the world. Like,
Well, there's probably like honestly like true like successful MMA promoters. There's probably like 10 in the world. Like,
10 in the world?
Like literally, like you can think of like maybe Risen, Octagon, one championship,
Warriors,
Cage
yes,
Warriors,
One,
Okay, yeah, throw PFL.
UFC,
Yeah, UFC,
obviously.
PFL. That's like 10. So like maybe like 15 people from each company. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
Everybody
it.
else has just failed.
You just gotta
know?
you just gotta go with your instinct in a lot of these things. Make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and don't commit them again.
Yeah.
And I think we've done a good job of trying to do that.
And you've created a team that it seems to me that you trust a lot. No? I've seen on past videos that Mac was, why the fuck are the chairs here? Or the access that you had problems with people accessing the venue before, no? And it seems that you've created a pretty good team that you can trust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's tough.
Great squad.
We
behind the
do have a
project.
great team, and I
How
think
has that been, like, creating that Avengers? No?
yeah. Well, you get to someone great after you go through 4 or 5 bad.
Yeah.
That's
No,
true.
but also
That's true. That's
I
true.
also think like, you know, I say this in like a very respectful way. Like Joe and I are very intense people, you know, and I think
Super intense.
it's one thing to like host a show, do a good job, and then like pack it up, host another show in a couple more months, pack it up, and it works. But like we're trying to create like a real ecosystem in a business with a team. So like when there's not shows, maybe we have amateur tournaments, maybe we have seminars, we have content. We're here, right? Like there's like it's like different between running like a show and then actually building a business. And I think
And that's the business side.
yeah, and that's the
No?
business side. Like
Yeah.
how do you build a team that understands that like, okay, just because the show ends, like the work's not done. Like
Yeah,
there's
for
like
sure.
this euphoric high. I don't know
That's super important.
if any of you guys are
Super
married. Like,
important. That's
For
I
sure.
think that's the
yeah,
most important
when you're
part.
married, like you get like get married, and then the next day or two after you get sad. You know, like I remember being with my wife, and then it's like I feel that way every event, which is great. Like I get this euphoric high tomorrow. We're all gonna be together, and then you're breaking it down. You're like, oh, this
Oh,
shit sucks.
okay.
I gotta go get tacos and go to bed.
Yeah.
And your like heart's racing. You're like, that was so high, and then like, when's the next event?
Yeah.
And it's easy just for the team to be super demotivated because it's like all this intense buildup, and then there's no event. So how do you keep them motivated? How do you like say, oh, hey, we got to make content next week? And they're like, why? There's no show.
There's nothing.
That's why we need more shows.
Yeah.
Well, but again, going with the shows,
Yeah.
you've thrown 5 in a year.
Yeah.
And well, this will be the fifth one.
Yeah.
And you
Six,
it looks
six
like
next month will be 1 year. So
and
yeah.
it looks like you've been discovering how to put all these pieces together in order to bring a great experience,
Yeah.
a great show, and great fights.
Yeah.
And something that people are not talking about much about tomorrow's showdown, about tomorrow's cartelera, is that absolutely no fighter of tomorrow's roster has a negative record.
Yeah.
And that's one of the toughest.
That is
like,
true.
we are hardcore fans. We're super hardcore fans, and we watch all carteleras from all different.
I never seen
Yeah,
this
let's
in my life.
fact
to
check
be
this.
honest,
How
and-
many carteleras in Mexico this year or the last 5 years have had nobody with?
No, that's what I'm
losing
saying.
records?
I never seen. Zero.
Y les reto a que lo chequen. Les reto de verdad a que
Yeah,
chequen
yeah.
qué carteleras, de qué organizaciones en México mantienen una cartelera de principio a fin en donde todos los peleadores, absolutamente ninguno, tiene un récord negativo. Eso es muy, muy complicado aquí en México. And that's a little bit of what you've been talking about.
Yeah.
Like you've been putting all these pieces together into perfection.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not perfection, better.
Better,
And
but
it's hard too. It's really hard because like we've been fortunate this time. Obviously, we had the weigh-ins, everybody was healthy. But then guys get hurt training. Guys miss weight for many reasons. Like everybody has their own thing, right? And then it makes the cartelera go like our MFL2, we had like the main card. We had like 4 fights fall out within the last week. And then it's like you're stuck. And it's all valid reasons. This time we got fortunate. It's all and nothing happens. So like it's just super hard, man. Like so much of what you don't control, so much of what you depend on, you have zero impact on. Like I can get your fight, I can have you sign the contract, but if you get hurt or something comes up or family issue, you show up
Anything
on
can
weight,
happen, yeah.
family happens.
and that's still happening in the UFC.
Well, yeah, the thing
You
about
know, like,
UFC is they got a roster of 600 and they say, oh yeah, we'll find another fight.
No, and there's moments and there's fights that they don't
Fall out.
They fall out.
Yeah.
Well, shout out all the athletes who are competing tomorrow. Everyone came in, 2 guys, a little bit of a weight issue, but managed to pack together the fights.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great card. I think I'm more excited for this card than the Gable card.
No way.
I swear to God.
Quote
It's
me.
going to be amazing.
This card is
Quote me, Joe says this
insane.
every event. He'll be like, I like the MFL 2 better than 1, 3 better than 2.
No.
Four-
You
four-
keep pushing your limits. You
This
keep
is
pushing
good.
your
This
limits.
is a good card.
This is a good card.
This is a crazy.
This is a great card to bet on.
The kick.
That was good. That was good.
This is a great card to bet on. We don't have a book yet, but this would be a very good book. This would be very even lines.
Yeah.
Shout out
Casino spot.
Caliente.
Super
Caliente,
even,
we've been
super
bugging you for a
even.
while.
Caliente, pick up
Take
the phone.
our fucking
the
wines.
meeting.
Yeah,
Take the meeting.
super even.
These super good wines.
Yeah.
1x bet.
1x bet, grain bet. We want them all.
Steak, man. Let's
Come
go,
on,
dude.
please.
There's
A
something
steak.
looking for you guys. We got
Molly
some crazy,
Market, let's go.
crazy fights.
Bet VIP.
Play do it.
Play do it.
See. And you've talked about just now about fighters falling off and their UFC roster.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's a process, but you, with these HQs, with the amateur that we'll just talk about just now, you're building that. You're building those amateur careers. You're
pipeline.
building, So I want to ask about that amateur careers that you're building.
And the ones that are fighting tomorrow.
How did
Joe,
it start?
kick it off. I've been
How-
talking way too
Yeah, I
much.
think, Mac's time that he spent in baseball gave a really unique approach to how we go about looking at talent, not only for matchmaking, but also fighter development with getting amateurs in the door. And, basically what he brought to the table was like, hey, we need a grassroots approach. Go find these guys as early as possible, get them into the system, and see who sticks around. And those guys who stick around are your superstars.
Yeah.
And having this place, having constant events, having good quality production with the promotion enables us to do that.
Yeah.
Again, we do not get involved in management.
No.
We want nothing to do with your professional career. We want you here, happy, making money, having great fights,
Fair fight.
and creating crazy content.
Yeah.
And it's something we invest a lot in. We love having amateur days. We just did one back in May. We had 26
fights.
26 amateur fights
Here in Corey.
from
whole
like,
day.
from like
The whole
1
day.
o'clock to
It was
9
a
o'clock.
lot. It was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
almost
yeah.
too much.
It was
we got too halfway right. What did we sign up for?
It was crazy.
So we'll probably do like batch of 15.
Yeah,
next time.
but the point being, like, we got
It's
the
the whole
chance
day,
to watch amateurs compete,
I was talking with
see who the next potential rising stars are, get them into the system, And that's exactly what we're seeing tomorrow with Ivan Torres.
Yeah, Ivan Torres.
He's the result of this system.
Yeah.
And, he just came onto the roster. We're super excited to have him. Very promising athlete. He's got a very tough opponent with Jaime Jaregui tomorrow.
From Toluca.
But we love seeing this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
for sure.
one other point on that I want to add is, in our experience, in my experience too, is it goes back to the amateur days are great because it creates these memories with your family, your brothers, right? But then these guys that don't go pro become MFL fans. And I want them to be at the amateur to be like, hey, now I can bring my son because I used to fight and maybe I didn't want to go pro. I wasn't good enough. But then now you're an MMA fan. So it's increasing the lifetime value of the fan, right? And getting on the ground and trying to be accessible. Obviously, we always, as businesses grow, it gets more challenging. But we've even spoken a lot to actually Vic Davila here, who's now kind of shout out Vic, who's now a colleague, and we're doing a show in
Jiu-jitsu.
September, the first co-promotion.
He truly is a master.
He talks about the amateur pipeline too. Is you need to get in there, get them the infrastructure, so then they can continue to fight, and the ones that keep winning will keep continuing to fight, and the ones that don't are fans, and it's a great way to kind of build that pipeline. And it's tough though. It's really hard. Amateurs are tough because the logistics are more difficult.
Different rule sets.
Different rule set. Transportation's harder, but Mexico City, 20 million people. We always joke. You're telling me there's not some great fighters here? I mean, come on. We have to find them, and they have to know about us. That's another thing.
Y ojo ahí para la banda, para los amateurs que nos estén viendo. What do you look for in an amateur fighter? What's that thing that you say this is a potential MFL star?
I mean,
there's a lot of things. I'll talk about the athletic side and then the marketability side. Yeah. I break down athletics when I'm looking at fighters on technique. How crisp are they? Are they bar fighters who are just slugging? Or are they strikers and grapplers who have
that's super important.
solid foundations and the ability to apply technique in a competitive environment? Yeah. So if I'm looking at amateurs and I see, okay, this guy knows how to throw a jab. Yeah. This guy can throw a combo. This guy can shoot a double leg. Yeah. He knows how to enter an entanglement. He can be dangerous on his back. I'm immediately interested. Yeah. Okay. Aside from that, on the athletic side, we look for grit. Yeah. When we're seeing fights, if the guy's in a tough position, is he giving up? Yeah. Or is he fighting through, trying to get better position and trying to come back? I think those are kind of the two big things.
And also in this country with the boxing history here, a lot of these guys do have that boxing base. Yeah. So there's something to start, right? Obviously, boxing's the sport that has a lot of history here. MMA's rising. And I think that goes back to why this HQ was brought in. We have Heather here today. Vic Davila is here today. We have other people coming in the future months. But trying to give people okay, you can box. Now, how can you build other disciplines to continue to improve your game? Yeah. And also, this is something we probably will get to, but the marketability, it's huge now. I tell people in team sports, it's different. But in this sport, it's individual. And if you do not want to play the marketing social media game, I'm not saying you're not going to make it. You're just making it harder. It's just making it harder. It's a lot harder because you can even go right now into the UFC card, the top promotion globally. Exactly. Go look at some of the most famous fighters are not necessarily the best.
True. True. And something you're saying, you can compare it to Sean O'Malley's career and Merab's career.
Exactly.
Merab is not that marketing guy. And Sean O'Malley is. And Sean O'Malley gets
But Merab's been pushing now with Nina because he knows, And he's doing it in his second language, but he's done more than some guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And we just had a reel on our Instagram that talks about it. Yeah. Rafa said Dana White had his fighters. Use your cell phone right now because probably or maybe you won't be on the UFC next year or in 2 years. You should build something by yourself.
You already have this platform.
And I love how you do it. Yeah. We see all the content that you created right now while we were training, etc.
With the team,
that's.
And we say this to our fighters too, especially in Mexico, creators and influencers have way more influence on brands. So we were talking to some of our fighters, Matias Malero, who's not here right now. He's even saying Mac, I'm not from here, but I've built such a network through MMA, and now he does more content, and now he's getting additional sponsorships outside of fighting just because he is more known. So it's a win-win-win, and obviously the MFL benefits. So if you're shy, you really got to break that mold because it's just you're just holding yourself back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll give the audience an inside secret of what we look at in the MFL. A secret. We view fighters as distribution channels. Obviously, you can buy engagement by having influencers show up, having celebrities, all of that, but comes and goes. We think our thesis is that if you're able to develop fighters, not only as athletes, giving them space to train if they need it, the sauna if they need to call weight, whatever, but if you're able to truly transform these people into superstars, into accounts that have large followings, that have draw and pull, then you're able to reach more people.
And then more people want to come to watch fights. And then more people can watch fights and you make more money. And then it's a whole ecosystem.
Everyone's happy.
Everybody's happy.
This is exactly what we're trying to do, especially with having the content studio here.
Exactly.
Giving fighters a beautiful space to come in.
This
shoot
opportunity.
content.
You can
have
everybody
content
on our
creators they can work
roster
with.
can come in whenever they want. They have the lights. Obviously, it's still work in progress, but they have our full access to our content team. We have, I don't know, I think 2 weeks ago we had like 3 content people like that are now like our creators. Now we have like 8.
Yeah.
And then we don't have an official Nina drama yet. We've been looking for one.
We're looking.
We have tryouts.
Still
Joe,
looking.
Joe has high standards.
High
He
standards.
wants Nina.
But that's great. That's great.
He wants Nina.
That's how you should. That pace has to be.
But it's really important because every creator, everybody, even we joke like, we'll get on there and talk some bullshit Spanish, all we need, because we have to be able to make fun of ourselves if we want everybody else to like do the content. So we always say, if you want to work at the MFL, you better like content.
And you're giving the best platform possible. Like these HQs, as you said, and all fighters are invited here to film and to
do whatever they
promote
need.
their own personal brand.
Yeah, for sure.
All fighters are signed with the league. If you're a professional athlete who fights in mixed martial arts, you've got talent, you've got a good record, you're an up-and-coming debutant, you love the idea of being famous, we'd love to work with you.
Yeah.
Find us. We're easily accessible on Instagram, @MFLJoe, @MFLMark. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
We're always looking for superstars or people who have the potential to become a superstar, and we want to give you the tools that you need at no cost, at no cost, to make that a reality.
Yeah.
We're looking for you. If you're watching this and you think you're that guy, let us know. Or girl.
And we know that, and the thing is, and you guys know this, like, I think more than speaking from the US, there's so much undiscovered talent here. Like, just so much
That's a
undiscovered
lot,
talent.
yeah,
Like,
There's
you
a lack
go-
of opportunities.
lack of opportunity. You go to like these smaller, like
Look
mid-
at Gastelum.
Yeah,
dude.
look at Gastelum on our card.
4-0.
4-0. I'd never even heard of the guy.
90 followers
And this
on
is
that
this
fight's
is
gonna be
this is all we
crazy.
we haven't heard
Against
of him.
Aldave.
We haven't even.
It's gonna be a good fight.
that's gonna
We
be a
only
crazy
talk
fight.
about MMA in Mexico, literally Latin, mostly Mexico, and we didn't heard of Gastelum until literally a month ago. How? Like
4-0.
Yeah,
Agreed.
4-0, and he's a heavyweight, and Joe loves heavyweights. Literally, Joe finds a heavyweight, and he's like, sign. Like, he doesn't want to talk to him. I'm like, I agree.
I want to build a heavyweight
yeah.
division.
You're a
I love it.
heavyweight.
Reach out,
heavyweight.
heavyweight,
Please,
reach
more
out.
for more.
But it's so many
Please.
guys
Exactly.
that we know are out there. Like even like these cities like Saltillo that we haven't done a show at. Maybe we want to do one. Like
Yeah.
there's-
Aguascalientes.
Aguascalientes.
Baja California.
León, Querétaro.
Querétaro.
Yeah, Querétaro. You know, but there's so many like these cities that are big, that are not small, that we haven't been to because still,
120 million people.
Exactly.
Big country, man. It's a
Yeah,
big country.
there's so many guys that just need a platform, and that's what we're trying to do.
Use all the tools.
Use all the tools.
And talking about this platform, talking about the excitement about fights, tomorrow's showdown.
Yeah.
Believe me that before we get in the truck, I was with Miguel. Like, I'm super excited about tomorrow's showdown.
Yeah,
I'm
amazing.
super excited.
From
I
start to finish.
I told Güero.
Pretty good early
Yes, yes,
prelims,
yes,
huh?
yes.
Pretty
The
good
first
early
fight,
prelims.
Ivan Torres
Yeah.
that fought in MFL
Yeah.
amateur. Now
Yeah.
he's making his pro debut.
Very good.
Against Jauregui.
It's an amateur.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He was amateur.
He was, but now
and
they're
now he's making his pro
debut.
debut.
Two
Both-
debuts.
Today.
They both are making their
I
their
think
pro
I
debut.
might actually go out and say this might be the best debutant fight in all of Mexico this year.
Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Leon, he has incredible
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. He
Yeah.
has flying armors.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's sharpening his hands.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to watch that debut.
Are you excited for any prelim fight?
Dude, honestly,
all of them.
I literally I joke with Joe, like this is like so true. If me and Joe don't want to watch the fight, we don't make the fight. Like I can't have a fight on here that I want to watch. Like that's best. And I think all these fights, like I'm pretty pumped for all of them.
Rodriguez Maldonado, it's also a very good fight.
Yeah, no, I mean, is there one that I'm most excited for?
To be honest,
Which one are you most excited for? Yeah.
to be honest, I'm super excited to watch Manuel after his loss in Combate Global. It was his first loss in his professional career.
Yeah.
So I want to see
How
his
he-
true personality. You know, like how
does
is he
he
gonna
come
get
back?
this one back?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I'm super excited. We know Emmanuel. It's he already has this hype on him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking ready. I was right in front of him at the face-off earlier today. He's cold.
His personality.
And he's super technical. I
personality.
had the opportunity
Great guy.
to call one of his fights.
Yeah.
He's super technical, super fast. He's really, really good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight.
The fight that I'm most excited about, I'm excited about all of them.
Yeah.
But Ivan Torres and Jauregui for sure. Me not being a big guy.
Yeah.
I love the technique. I love
Yeah,
the
for
speed. I love how they can complement everything. So I'm so excited about that.
And Woody against
Woody Chavez.
against Ewart.
That's what I'm.
Months in the making,
I know.
man.
I know when I was gonna say that, so I rather.
That could be a UFC fight.
I know, but
That could have literally that could be a UFC
Woody
fight.
is a legend.
Yeah.
it's a Budacento
Yeah,
champions.
yeah.
You know, all the Mexican people from MMA know
Love him. Yeah,
know
yeah.
Woody, and
And
Ewart,
honestly, a
like,
phenomenal person too. Like,
Great.
Yeah.
great fighter, better person. Like really a good guy.
especially Mexican.
Especially when we first started, he was actually on our first card, and like
Yeah.
he was so appreciative of obviously our opportunity for him, but he was so helpful. We went to his gym, and he's been great. And he fights a lot, and he has a ton of experience. So I think that's a great matchup. I really do.
And Ewart also
Yeah, I mean-
fights in Dana White Contender Series. He's a great fighter from Chile, and
He wants his opportunity back.
Yeah.
And really bad. He's
hungry.
He's hungry to
He's
get
so
back to
hungry.
the UFC.
And we saw it today.
And
At the
yeah,
weigh-ins,
they look ready. Yeah,
he
he's
looks
ready.
locked.
You know,
He's
he was
locked in.
supposed to have this fight back in April.
April.
And
April
Woody
25th.
unfortunately got a horrific infection
Yeah,
in his leg.
In his leg.
Had to undergo surgery. He made it to the show
Yeah, he
in
was
a
coaching.
corner.
Yeah.
But
with a crutch.
he couldn't make the fight, and we're so happy to have the chance to run it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
This is a crazy.
Yeah.
fight.
And
A
it's
crazy
super
fight.
interesting the records of each other. You know,
Yeah.
1, 8, and 2.
Yeah.
But Chavez has more than 50 pro
Yeah,
fights.
yeah.
And they both hit like a truck.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so we see, you know,
Lot of
it's
experience.
amazing.
Lot of
Woody-
experience.
lot of experience and a lot of power.
Woody at 205 is a terrifying
Yeah,
human being.
it's a big
We
guy.
saw him, I think, at 185 in MFL 1.
Skinny.
Seeing him today walk onto that stage at face-offs, I was terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got,
He looks
got
huge.
that confidence of
huge.
experience.
Yeah.
But
He
He looks
and he
huge.
comes from a
También
knockout.
mamado,
Yeah,
eh.
está
And he
bien
comes from knocking out in
mamado,
round,
yeah.
round number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, is there any fight that you're looking for the most?
I mean, I got to look at this Cardillera again.
I have one on my. I was
I
about
could
to jump in.
ramble off.
I think my most excited prelim fight, I think, is a very interesting matchup. It's Villa versus Chaos Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I think that is a very interesting matchup because Chaos is very young, super technical. I love his striking ability, super long arms,
Yeah.
kind of like a Sugar Sean vibe.
Yeah.
But
And
Villa,
his hair.
yeah, and his hair, and Villa is very strong.
I'm going to
And a
give
very-
you guys
so
two.
That's my favorite prelim.
I'm going to give you guys two that I think are going to be potential candidates for fight of the night. Prelims, Arzola versus Calzada.
That's your fight of the night projection.
Projection. Why? Arzola is a fucking wild animal. This is a Sambo specialist who, if he manages to get you in a body lock, is going to throw you over his head until you are unconscious.
Yeah.
This guy's grappling is terrifying. I had the pleasure of watching him train.
A couple suplexes MFL3.
A couple suplexes with Gael Resendez on 3 days' notice.
Yeah, 3 days notice.
And he managed to secure the win. Now we're going to see him with a full camp at his weight class, 145 pounds, against a guy with a solid record in Mexico City, a local who's accustomed to the altitude, who has more experience inside the octagon. And
Yeah, that is a good fight.
it's going to be a really interesting fight there.
It's gonna be a good one.
The second fight that I'm looking forward to, the return, Brian Lopez versus Jonathan Quiagua, also Quiagua being a Mexico City native. Brian Lopez is striking. It's terrifying.
Great kicks, too.
Insane boxer.
Good technique. No?
Yeah.
I think
Very
this
good
could
kicks,
be,
too.
I think this could be a very interesting fight. Quiagua's a tough guy.
Yeah.
I've trained with his jiu-jitsu coach, his head coach, Sotelo.
Yeah.
He's a dog, dude.
Yeah.
This guy's impossible to catch in anything.
Yeah.
I mean, just walks over you.
Yeah.
So it'll be really cool to see how he brings that into the MMA game against Brian.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that fight.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we're gonna see a lot of finishes.
Yes.
No, we're gonna see a lot of
Oh.
finishes.
We're gonna
from
see a
start to
lot of
finish.
finishes.
I
We're
think
getting more excited.
I think we'll have at least 6 or 7.
I'm
and
glad.
we all said a different fight.
That's my jack.
We all said a different.
We all said a different
that's,
fight, so
that's an interesting thing to
There's-
Yeah,
say.
we all say different fight.
We all said a different
I mean, I love the debutants. It's just too easy to pick that one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really most excited for the heavyweights.
Yeah,
I
he's
talk about it
biased.
too much, so I don't want to talk about it. But Renzo, 20 years old,
20 years old, Peruvian.
Peruvian. This guy has
Cachorrote.
insane
Cachorrote.
power. He
El
is built
cachorrote.
like a brick
We've actually never seen him
house.
throw a strike. We just
His leg, right?
He checks a kick and the guy snaps his leg. And I mean,
Actually,
we've never seen
Güero
him
was
throw-
no. Because I was I just landed in the
In Monterrey.
show center.
yeah.
I just
Fight ended.
go and I hear like
Oh,
it's like a
Like a shot.
Oh,
Like
you
a
told
shot.
me.
yeah.
When
And
I
I
told
run
you
like
that story.
someone get knocked out.
Oh.
And when I came in,
Oh
I see
my.
the broke leg.
No, I'm gonna tell this story in Spanish.
Sí.
Yeah.
Estábamos una vez así y me acuerdo perfecto. Esto sí me acuerdo perfecto que estábamos ni siquiera grabando Blood Boys ni nada. Estábamos así. Creo que estábamos viendo la UFC, tú y yo. Y llega el güero y me dice, güey, no mames cómo se escuchó la pierna de este cabrón, güey.
No.
Llega y me dice, Rafa, como si hubieras agarrado una escoba
Cabrón.
y como si hubieras como si hubieras roto una escoba, güey. O sea, se escuchó craca así en toda la arena. Y pues obviamente salgo, volteo y nada más veo que el cabrón así traía la pierna totalmente salida. Sí me dijo que, güey, sí fue una de las cosas que más me marcó, güey.
Estuve en el
But it's not
suite.
the same after that.
Estuve en el suite de Show Center viendo la tele, hablando con algunas personas y escuché ¡Para! I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh my head. That's not
And
good.
I turn around the corner and I see Hector, poor guy, his legs just fucking
In two
in
pieces.
2 pieces, bro. Tibia and tibia, peroné y tibia completamente roto, güey. O
No,
sea,
estuvo brutal.
brutal.
Vean ese video.
Brutal.
A ver si
Oh
este
my
hacemos un
gosh.
reel, lo ponemos aquí.
Sí, ese hay que ponerlo, hay que
real.
ponerlo. Pero sí, Renzo's fighting, he's the one that won that fight against Gastelum that we just talked about for 0, who I find it very interesting, the man strength against a 20-year-old savage.
Yeah.
No, I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. The hunger and the savage of
both
the youth.
undefeated.
Both undefeated. Both undefeated.
Only one leaving.
Only one leaving undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the ultimate fight of the newcomer versus the big man. So David versus Goliath in the sense, but both look like
And we
Goliath.
already have both thought about like, okay, what way path these fights go. If one wins, like as Joe says, we're really trying to make like a pipeline for heavyweights in Mexico,
Yeah.
because they're out there. We actually already have 2 more that aren't publicly announced that we've also found, but like they're out there. There's just no one wants to put these fights together, so then they end up not fighting and they just kind of like get older and they retire.
Middleweight
Instead of,
and above, we are
With such an
super
amazing
excited.
talent.
with
on their
talent,
hands.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
guys
there's
like
no
that actually can strike. We've always joked around. Let's go find some like old boxers and like see if they want to fight.
And that should be an amazing
Yeah,
experiment.
yeah, yeah.
I was actually
Yeah,
telling
we
Joe,
talked
like,
about this
I
many
was
times.
actually telling Joe, like, over here,
small
you can
gloves.
build amazing sparrings, you know?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
can sit
sure.
there,
Oh my
you
gosh,
can
absolutely.
sit there, have a massage, and watch amazing spars.
Absolutely. Where do you think I spend my day?
That would be like a blast of a plan for
Oh,
me.
it's great.
We'll let
man,
you
it's
come and
great.
do it FaceTime.
I'll be happy,
Yeah.
to be honest. So, you gotta watch tomorrow's showdown. It's gonna be amazing. Está repleta la cartelera de talento. De verdad, eso sí es algo que no me canso de decir. No existe en México una promotora en donde se vea tantos peleadores y ninguno sin récord negativo. De verdad, de verdad. El puro récord habla.
Sí.
El día de mañana se vienen unas buenas peleas. Las tienen que ver. Va a estar transmitiendo por YouTube.
Sí, correcto.
Sí.
En nuestro canal se llama @FightMFL.
Ahí para que estén pendientes, vean todas las peleas. De verdad que va a ser un showdown.
Y si están aquí en Ciudad de México o en los alrededores, quedan muy poquitos boletos. Creo que queda se vendió el 80%.
Sí.
Quedan muy poquitos boletos. No pierdan la oportunidad, que esto cada vez crece más, cada vez se hace más grande. Ahorita es cuando tienen que subirse al barco. Entonces, si están por aquí, no pierdan la oportunidad. Y I'd like to wrap this up with a question.
Yeah.
You guys have said that you want to be a global combat promoter. You want to be the biggest combat in Latin America.
Yeah.
In Latin
And I
America.
truly see that.
What should have had happened if we sit down here in 10 years from now, we're here sitting down, Blood Boys MFL, what should have had happened to you guys said, we fucking did it?
Joe, kick it off. I'll go after. I have an idea.
I don't want to say too much, but
No, I'll give like a good consistent answer and Joe can add on. I think if we're able to say in 10 years, the next generation, hey, if I don't make it to the UFC, but I can fight in a league like MFL, that's great. Like that would be success to us because that means that we're able to provide a great source of income, a great path where people are seeing a future. We have some sort of like academy structure around the different country. And also a league that like people are proud to fight in. I think it takes a lot of work, but starting here in Mexico is first, and then eventually maybe we expand to other parts of LATAM. But like we don't want to talk too much about it. But I think there's just so much opportunity. The sport is on the rise in Latin America. You can go look at the UFC's roster. It's like the North Star of like, look at all these fighters now coming out of Argentina. Look at all these fighters coming out of Colombia. The Mexican roster is slowly growing. Mexican Americans now are fighting. That's another crazy thing is like, you don't realize like how much crossover culture there
Taco
is.
Padilla. Shout out to Taco Padilla.
Delgado fought a couple weeks ago.
José Delgado. José Delgado, yo siempre te he dicho que José Delgado es una puta figura.
But like, there's so many of these Mexican Americans that like probably could be fans of NFL. They'll fight in the UFC, but they'd be fans of NFL and they can identify with this Chicano culture.
Yeah. Right now, we're making the playbook.
Yeah.
We're literally writing it. No one else wrote it.
No.
So we're trying to write it here. If we're able to replicate what we're doing here in other regions of the Spanish-speaking world, whether it's U.S. South Hispanic, whether it's Northern South America, the Southern Cone, wherever, I'll feel that I've accomplished what I set out to do.
I will say there's one league that like we got a lot of inspiration from was Octagon out of Europe. I think Octagon.
Germany, right?
Germany, Prague, Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic. Like they go everywhere, and I think those guys give a lot of inspiration because what they've done is they've found a way to create a crazy fandom. Like I'm talking about wild fandom. Like they sell out arenas 20, 30, 40, 50,000. So that 80, that helps. They pay really well. And I've never heard someone say anything bad about it. I've heard multiple fighters that have said like, this is the best pro I've ever fought, and they fought everywhere. And they've made this kind of like little insular ecosystem where, hey, like I'm cool being the champ here, making this 6-figure deal and being a local guy from Ireland, and not going across the pond to the West. And I think that's a lot of inspiration because these people of Octagon have created crazy fandom. Crazy. The YouTube channel is wild.
Yeah, crazy fandom and crazy fights.
Crazy fights.
Crazy fights.
Yeah, they have a lot.
Dude. La Pantera Negra.
Yeah.
He comes from Octagon. He comes from Octagon.
El Neanderthal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that one girl, Alina, she's like blown up.
Fury.
She did she did an interview with The Rock. There's Fury, who's trying to be a triple champ, just lost. And these are obviously people we know because we're weirdos in the MMA world, but they have a lot of fandom.
Shout out Octagon. You guys are such an inspiration. We love what you do.
Yep.
And also the way of letting their fighters have their own sponsorship in their body.
They do a lot of cool stuff.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
And
it's
also,
something new.
what they also do is they like make it a show. Have you ever seen some of the guys come out with like Hannibal Lecter costumes? They come out with like different like fire things. Like we're working on that. We will do that. Next year we'll do some stuff like that. Poco. But I just know that like there's ways to make people go to an MMA show. Because when you go to the UFC, and I always say this, if you're not a fan, just go. Because I promise you'll go again. My mother-in-law did not like anything on MMA. She had this crazy idea. She went to a UFC show last year, and now she's gone to 3. You know what?
And she gets excited.
She's cheering.
She's pumped for
She's cheering for fucking people that are not even her kids.
Amazing story. That's an amazing story.
But that's how MMA makes you. Like everybody picks a fighter. I don't know why, whether it's their hair color, whether they like how they walk, and they cheer. And they pick one or the other. And then when the fight's over, they pick another. It's like amazing sport.
It's that warrior soul.
It's that everybody identifies.
Awakens when you're there.
Like, why do you want Cacharote and why do I want Gastelum? You know, like you don't know. You just pick one.
Yeah. It's amazing.
And to be honest, from our end, there's nothing else but to congratulate you guys. And we're 100% honest. We're completely astonished with what you guys are building, and it's only took you guys a year. I cannot imagine.
A lot of gray hair, and like my wife saying, "What are you doing?"
I always say, I got no more hair to lose, so I'm going
hair,
just no sleep.
I cannot imagine how this is gonna look. Not in 10 years, in 3 years. I mean, You already bring John Jones, Gable Stevenson. You're signing amazing talent from here in Mexico. Molero is such an amazing talent.
He's a
Great
good-
story.
He's a good media
Rough
guy.
Venezuela.
That Pachuca guy, amazing
Oh,
story.
yeah.
I was
Oh my
watching
God.
watching that fight with my girlfriend.
Oh.
And she was laughing about the whole story, you know, like this guy was like
8 hours
2
notice.
2 hours ago. This guy
my
was
God.
at Pachuca, enjoying his Saturday,
dude. Oh
enjoying
my
his
God.
weekend, and
This
then
guy's a beast.
That guy is
Caleb.
a fucking legend.
He goes,
dude.
"You want to fight? Yeah, sure."
just to have
Almost
that
won.
He goes,
personality,
send me a picture of you on the scale.
just to have
Goes,
that
"Okay."
personality, you know, like you're enjoying your weekend. They called you, hey,
Legend.
do you want to fight in Mexico
Yeah,
City?
yeah, they're like, yeah, sure.
I'm driving there.
He didn't even ask like how much we're paying him. He's like, "I'll take a fight." I'm like, "You're a savage."
I want to fight.
Yeah.
So almost knocked out Malero.
Almost
as well.
won too.
Yeah.
Gas tank was an issue there,
Yeah,
but
of course.
but
I mean, to be fair, he had a torn bicep.
Yeah, he had a torn bicep, right?
No fucking
He had
way.
a Saturday
Torn bicep, and he got
afternoon.
armbarred on the arm with a torn bicep.
No
He just
way.
said, "Fuck it, I'm good." So, dude, I cannot wait to see you again, Caleb.
Yeah.
We are so excited to bring you back. We hope to see you soon.
And
Yeah.
from our end, that I cannot. I'm anxious.
Yeah.
We
For-
can't
for-
wait.
Yeah. So
For-
next year we're trying to plan. We haven't released the schedule publicly, but we're working on like several shows. We're gonna do a bunch here. We're trying to look at some other cities. Querétaro. But like there's a lot of fight fans that aren't in these major cities. And I was gonna say that earlier, like Monterrey, Mexico, Guadalajara, like Tijuana, like everybody talks about the MMA, but there's fans elsewhere that we think deserve a 1 show or 2 shows a year that we could bring a great show for. Obviously, they're smaller cities, has to make sense, but we know like that it needs to happen.
Yeah.
And they'd be super grateful. Fans
Yeah.
over there would be super grateful
Maybe
to have this.
Leon.
To have
Maybe-
this,
yeah,
this
definitely,
platform in there.
definitely.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time. Thank you so much for letting
Yeah.
us
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
train, record, be
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
tomorrow. We're
Yeah,
so
You
excited.
guys are going live tomorrow from the ring.
Yeah, and
we're
we're
going
going
live
this time.
tomorrow
We're,
from the
we're
ring.
super grateful
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you guys to having
Yeah.
us.
No, man. Grateful for you guys being here.
Yeah.
This is
We really
cool.
enjoy it.
You're talking to guys who love content. If you love content, we're already
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's an
No.
honor. You're an inspiration, and we
Keep
hope
it going.
to do this.
Keep it going.
many
Whatever
more
you guys
times.
need, whatever you
sure.
guys need,
Always welcome.
literally, you're welcome. We've learned a lot. And if any intros you need, any of the fighters you want to make sure you get in touch with, we can make it happen.
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Y esténse pendientes para las peleas de mañana. De verdad que se viene un verdadero showdown. Lo dijimos aquí, le calculamos arriba 6 knockouts. Entonces, de verdad, vale la pena ver.
Over under.
Y también estén pendientes
Over
a
5.5.
todo lo que MFL está proyectando y todos los proyectos que traen adelante. De verdad, es una liga que vale la pena tener en la mira.
Estén al pendiente, los queremos mucho a todos ustedes. Sigan MFL, @JoeMFL y Mack MFL. Blood Boys, como siempre, saben que es su casa. También síganos, si no nos siguen, ahí estamos en Instagram.